on MSNBC yesterday, Chris Matthews was talking about President Obama on President's Day, and he was pondering whether or not Barack Obama was going to go down in history as one of America's greatest presidents, one of our greatest presidents, maybe even almost worthy of a sculpture on Mount Rushmore. Here are the words of Chris Matthews as he is talking about the Commander-in-Chief, President Barack Obama. Cut number 6.
And is Barack Obama going for it? Is he set on becoming one of the great presidents in history? I'm not talking about Mount Rushmore, but perhaps the level right below it. I'm talking, to use his word, transformational. And is he using the country's historic demographic shift to do it? Can he combine the new American power of Hispanics and other minorities with the immediate aspirations of women to lob himself into the highest level of presidential greatness? Can he bring on an era of democratic, even liberal dominance for years to come? This is what his adversaries fear. They look at his working of the gun safety crusade, his positioning on immigration reform, his distancing himself from the triumphing over the hard, often bizarre right wing of this country to do it.
Okay, so maybe not right on Mount Rushmore, but maybe we can carve a bust of President Obama just a little bit beneath it, or maybe to the right or the left, or somewhere in that vicinity we can just add President Obama just a little bit, maybe a tier lower on the mountain there, just so he's not quite up there. But think about what he's saying, though, that he's going to harness the minorities and the women. The minorities and the women. So I guess that the problems in our country, according to Chris Matthews, are because of the white males. And if we can somehow negate the political power of white men, and if Barack Obama can just harness women and minorities, that's going to make him a great president, because the women and the minorities have all the answers. They know all the things that we need to do. And the only thing holding us back is these white men. And if somehow Barack Obama can get around all these white guys and just do exactly what the women want and what the minorities want, then he'll be a great president, because we'll have a great country. The only reason the country isn't so great right now is because these damn white men are getting in the way of all the good stuff that President Obama wants to do. But maybe he has this unique opportunity to harness the minorities and the women and to do what's right. And you know what? Even those stubborn white men are going to benefit, because they're too dumb to know what's good for them anyway. But thank God we got the minorities. And I guess if you're a man, it's not just man, because if you're a Hispanic man or maybe an African American man, well then you know what's good for the country, right? And all women know. It's all monolithic. I mean, even white women. But it's just a white man. For somehow, if you combine the Y chromosome with a Caucasian race, and you put them together, you get a complete moron. And so what we need is somebody like Obama that can harness the power of the minorities and the women, and that would make him a great president. Here he's talking about it a little bit more. Cut number 7.
Are they on to something? Could this president be the president of our time? Tonight we examine on President's Day just where Barack Obama intends to go, where he intends to be once he too joins the pages of history and the lists of American presidents.
Yeah, he will join a page in history. He'll be on the list of American presidents, in my mind, that have helped destroy the country. And I don't think it's going to be the historians who are going to have to write about this. I think that he's going to see a major economic implosion on his watch. He's here for another 4 years. It would be, I think, a miracle if we went through 4 years without an implosion. Is it impossible? Hey, nothing's impossible. I mean, it shouldn't have even gone on as long as it has. I mean, it should have hit the fan during his first term. He caught a huge break. I think the European crisis really basically threw the president a big bone in that temporarily it took center stage, and that pushed America's problems, even though they're bigger than the European problems, that pushed it to the sidelines. Now, are we going to catch another break? Might something happen in Japan? Might something happen in the UK? Look, my article is out about Britain today. Britain is having some big problems here. Look at the British pound again, down again today.